My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation does more than just tape ankles.
They get us back on the court.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation
helps me reach peak performance.
In the weight room.
Prepares me for competition.
My MDH physical therapists and the fitness programs MDH offers help me on my road to recovery and improve my quality of life.
Come see why MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation was voted best of the best in McDonough County.
Well, we were camping, and then I got a phone call from my neighbor and said that we got hit by a storm. He said, "You better come home because there's no roof." He said, "I look up and see the sky." He didn't know what you were going to do, where you're going to go, but Country Financial took care of us.
We anticipate something that we hope never happens, but when it happens, we are there to make good on our promise.
Get dinner to the table quickly, no matter how busy your day's been. True convection cooking uses a fan to distribute hot air evenly and cook food faster. So dinner is ready when they are. True convection cooking, brought to you by Whirlpool.
Welcome back here for the Varsity Contest. You're, of course, listening to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Our pregame and postgame show brought to you by JoJo's Gaming Parlor, offering the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights, check out the TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH Events, live on the big screens. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cole Street, Bushnell, and cheer our area teams on to victory. Also brought to you as a service of Heil Enterprises. Heil Enterprises and Heil Trucking can take your product down the road, near or far, and also offers top-notch heavy-duty truck and trailer repair. The second-generation business continues to grow and continues to support local athletics. Stop by and see Danny or Travis on Route 41 south of Prairie City, or call them at 309-775-3333. Just some of the fine folks bringing you our broadcast. And Ethan, here for the Cyclone varsity team. First of all, got to rebound better, got to rebound better against these Rockets, and got to take care of the ball a little better. When I went back through the stats, I noticed it was a 13-5 turnover deficit for West Prairie.
Right, and I've said this multiple times, but Rushville had every opportunity to just blow Cyclones out of the water, between the offensive rebounds, the free throws, the turnover margins, and it just came down to execution.
And did want to make another note, some of the parents here tonight wanted to make mention. A lot of the JV parents did a really nice thing and gave up some of their tickets. So some grandparents in that could come see the varsity game tonight. I know a lot of grandparents in that out there, and a lot of the parents who benefited wanted to say thank you very much. And it is hard for everybody, and we're glad we can do this. I'm going to take my hat off to Dwayne Hewlett. Please, folks, don't thank me. I'm the mouthpiece. That's pretty much it. Ethan's the tech guy. I'm the tech guy by default.
When I'm not around.
Yeah, when I muddle myself through. But no, I want everybody TSSR Live and Dwayne Hewlett. Please thank him, folks. Please thank our fine sponsors, because it doesn't get on the air without them. We don't snap our fingers and do this. We try to make it look easy, but it takes a bit to get it on the air, and we're glad to do it. Love doing it. A 3-year hiatus for me, back doing it. I'm enjoying it immensely. But, say thank you. We got a pretty slick setup, and also it's a lot of fun to be a part of high school sports. One of those things, how is it they say it, wish you were here.
Yeah, I wish more parents could come. So once again, thank you to all of the JV parents and all of the other parents who selflessly gave up their tickets so that some of these grandparents, friends, and family members of the varsity players who aren't going to get too many more games. I know they have a couple next week here in a short stretch, but then that's it. And their high school sports career is over. So once again, big thank you to all the parents who gave up tickets so grandparents and friends, family members could see their students play.
And just about ready to get this one underway here. And again, the JV game was a 39-33 win for the Rushville-Industry Rockets in that one. The Rockets adorned in the purple and gold here this evening. Rushville-Industry across the front of those. Numerals in white, trimmed in gold. The Cyclones in the home whites. Black numerals trimmed in silver. And WP on the side of the shorts here this evening. As we continue along here, I believe, I'm not sure about the Bushnell side of things, but I think from the West Prairie side of things, I think we're off tomorrow. Is that correct? Am I incorrect?
I believe tomorrow is a day off.
And Monday. So we are going to turn things over to our public address announcer and make things official here this evening with our national anthem.
Please rise and gentlemen, remove your caps for the playing of the national anthem.
And it will be the full 8-minute quarters. A lot of the places do a little bit different on the JV games. So we're going to see. Let's keep things with our public address announcer for these starting lineups.
And now for the starting lineup, we're going West Prairie Cyclones. Red number 2, junior Braxton Dunn. Red number 3, junior Luke Prairie. Red number 23, senior Andrew Sullivan. Red number 32, senior Reagan Weaver. And the man in the middle, red number 34, senior Matthew Beltmacher. Your Cyclones are coached by Greg Benton and assisted by Ian Conklin. Your officials for tonight's game are Robert Flickenstaff, Michael Parkins, Parsons, and Adam Wagner. Good luck.
And we get ready for varsity action here. Another fun one on tap. We'll see how all this bounces out as we go along the way. So you heard that. It is Geltmacher. Also, Geltmacher, Weaver, Sullivan, Dunn, and Shirey on the floor for West Prairie. Rushville-Industry will bring the basketball in. It'll be James ready to trigger. In it comes, works it over for Prather. Prather, one of the long line of Prathers at Rushville-Industry. Seaver now with it now. He'll work out top, man-on-man put on by the Cyclones. Gives a bounce down to James. James in the lane, stuffed by Weaver. And out over that come the Cyclones. They'll bring it back the other way here. Dunn across the timeline, down the far side to Sullivan. 3 on the way, no good. But the rebound scooped up by Shirey. And they'll get it back, bounce it over to Geltmacher, out to Dunn. 3 is on the way. Good.
I could have told you that one was going in before he even shot it.
As Dunn drops home the first points for the Cyclones. Now Rushville-Industry goes to work. Working it is Logston. Out, he'll bring it to Seaver. Seaver, couple of bounces, look for Logston, gets to him on the far side. Up top for Prairie. Now to Seaver. Fakes, gets a pick, drive to the baseline. Bouncing in for Prairie. He'll kind of do a half hook shot. And Andrew Sullivan will pull down the rebound. Back will come at the Cyclones. Dunn at the trigger. As he'll take a couple of bounces out top. Looks at Geltmacher in the lane to Shirey, who wheels down the far side of the lane. Hands it out for Sullivan. 14-footer. Good. Able to roll it home and good. 5-0 West Prairie here. 6:40 clock rolling. First quarter quickly up to Logston. He'll spot the 3. And the transition attempt didn't hurt the Cyclones there. Back will come West Prairie. Right into the hands of Shirey, in and good. And we've got a timeout called by Rushville-Industry. It is a 30-second timeout. We'll stay right here. You're listening to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. The Community News Brief is a free publication distributed over 68 locations in Bushnell, Macomb, Colchester, Industry, Adair, and more towns throughout the area. Provides local news to McDonough County and parts of Fulton County every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. To submit a press release or get advertising information from the locally owned publication, you can contact Lynn at 309-333-8245 or email communitybrief@gmail.com. And I want to say thank you to all those listening in. As a 7-0 lead here for West Prairie in game number 2 of our docket on the evening, the varsity style. As Seaver brings it across the timeline and works now into the middle for Schultz. Logston out top, working around with it is James, and he has his pass tapped away. Dunn going to dribble in, got Shirey with him. The bounce off and won't get it to go. Dunn the rebound, tied up there by Seaver, and a jump ball will be possession arrow to Rushville-Industry.
Cyclones.
Sorry. Inbounds over to Geltmacher to Weaver. Weaver watching Sullivan. Gets a nice feed to him. He'll put it up. Partially blocked, and a rebound foul on Sullivan as he reached over the back.
Nice job by Andrew Sullivan coming off that flex screen down there in the bottom. Couldn't put it in, though.
As a friend of mine used to say in pickup basketball, you can't leave food on the fork. Couldn't quite get it in there. 7-0 lead for West Prairie as they wait for bouncing it out to Logston. Logston holds as he works on Dunn. Swings it over to James. Out for Seaver. Logston held off on the screen. Now throws it off the backboard. The backboard integrity check. And a nice job by Weaver to tap that one away. They lob it up the court. It is Shirey in the lane. Up over Schultz. Can't get it. Geltmacher the rebound and says, got your back, partner. 9-0 West Prairie here. Seaver working in the lane for Schultz. Tried to whip it out for Seaver, and they're going to say off of Rushville-Industry and out of bounds. Wholesale substitutions for the Rockets. And 5:23 left to go in this first quarter play. Coming in now is Bickerman. Also checking in is Christian Danner from the JV game. Maddox Crozier, and joined out there by Tanner Spencer. Danner with the inbounds, bounces in the lane, got nowhere to go, and Andrew Sullivan says thanks for the gumball, Mickey. Takes it away from James. Dunn going to push it up, puts it up, and puts it in. That is Dunn's 5th point and an 11-0 West Prairie lead here. 5-minute mark, clock ticking. Danner brings it over the timeline as a double high post set. Now looking over for Crozier. He'll hold, working on Weaver. Drives lane, comes out for Bickerman, and Bickerman will back it out of there. He'll reset it here. They're screaming, reverse it, reverse it. Bickerman going to drive down, got up in the air, and oh boy, got bailed out there. He had nowhere to go on that one and got fouled. And that's going to be a foul on Reagan Weaver.
I don't even know what to say. while we're on air.
Danner going to bring it in, looking, lobs it right into Shirey. Shirey going to head back the other way in the lane, drives it up, puts it up and in. They did not reward the flop. 13-0 West Prairie. Danner going to push it right up, stripped by Weaver, dives for it on the floor. What a play by Reagan Weaver. Man, that was something else.
I love the effort here by West Prairie. It seems like when I was playing, we were always the team that was getting the ball stolen and getting layups on the other side, and West Prairie here is doing that to Rushville.
4.5 minutes left to go here. The media timeout. You're listening to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation does more than just tape ankles.
They get us back on the court.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation
Helps me reach peak performance.
In the weight room. Prepares me for competition.
My MDH physical therapists and the fitness programs MDH offers help me on my road to recovery and improve my quality of life.
Come see why MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation was voted best of the best in McDonough County.
You know, you see fires on TV all the time. You don't understand what the families are really going through until you've lived it. The day before the fire, life was good. We went to bed, we woke up, and we had nothing. If it was not for Country Financial, we would still have nothing.
Some strong words there from the coach for Rushville, although if I was a coach, I think I'd be saying the same thing.
If I were a coach, there were days I probably would have been escorted out already. 13-0 lead here for West Prairie as Danner has his pocket picked, and Weaver to Sullivan, up to Dunn. Dunn going to push it on Bickerman, drives in, won't get it to go, rebound fought for, and Danner comes out of there with it. 1-on-4, so he says, put on the break and come back. And they'll settle back in. Danner kicks it over to Crozier. Crozier looking up to Bickerman. Bickerman now across to Danner. He's going to get a screen set, and we're going to have a reach in on Dunn. That is his first. Substitutions for West Prairie. Checking in for them is Briar Friday. Also Bailey Sullivan going to check in. Danner into Bickerman. He'll work it out top here against Friday. Man on man put on by the Cyclones. Wanted to go to Crozier. Wheeling back and forth to Danner. Looking in the lane at Spencer. Spencer going to set a screen. Danner dribbles across. 13-0 lead here. Bickerman in lane. Bounce out to Danner. Back to Bickerman. Over to Crozier. Crozier gets a back screen. Now another screen set up by James. Bounce out for Danner. Danner driving in. Goes up. Can't get it to go. Blocked by, I think, by Sullivan again. Rebound by Spencer out to Bickerman. He'll toe three. It is short. And the rebound out of there in the hands of Reagan Weaver. Seems like I've said his name a ton so far here tonight. Andrew Sullivan with a nice fake the other way. Lays it up and will be fouled.
I'd like to point out Braxton Dunn and Luke Shirey both doing a great job here running in transition, playing with their head up, their eyes up, able to see the open man down the floor.
Sullivan at the free throw line. First one bounces over the rim and good. The shooters roll. Spencer did pick up the personal foul. That is the first on Rushville-Industry. Sullivan squares it up, shoots it in again. And he's got 4 in the ball game. 15-0 West Prairie. 3 minutes left to go in this first quarter as Danner dribbles around. Trying to go to Crozier. No, comes over to Bickerman. Bickerman holds. Couple of bounces. And come over to Danner. Spencer going to set a screen on him. Now he gives it back to him. Nice give and go. That pick and roll worked pretty well. And we're going to have a foul whistle on Andrew Sullivan. Pick up his second, 4th on the team. And we'll have a Geltmacher checking back in just a moment as Spencer's at the free throw line. And the Rockets make their first free throw of the game.
Varsity already doing a better job at making free throws than the JV team did.
A perfect 100% so far. Second one on the way, and got them both. 15-2 lead for West Prairie. 2:50 left to go. Dunn up to Geltmacher alertly. He'll shoot it and get fouled as James commits the personal. That was a nice look up the court. You mentioned Braxton Dunn keeping his head up. Perfect example right there.
I was about to say the exact same thing.
Nice to know that once in a while I'm on the same length as the young fella. I'm still hip. Just don't ask my daughter. Geltmacher makes one of two. 16-2 lead here for West Prairie. 2:40 clock rolling first quarter as Danner brings it out here. Sets that same high 1-4 set. Crozier wanted to go to him. Comes out to Beckerman instead. Over to Crozier. Now Clark into the game. He's setting screens everywhere to Crozier. Waits. Holds in danger of the 5-second violation, and timeout called by Rushville-Industry. That had to be pretty darn close. 16-2 lead here for West Prairie. You're listening to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Bushnell Banking Center, a branch of Raritan State Bank, located at 360 South Green Street in Bushnell, offers full-service banking and loan services for all your banking needs. Come visit the bank of friendly service or call them at 309-772-2345. Good luck, Cyclones. Bushnell Banking Center is an equal housing lender and member FDIC, one of the several wonderful sponsors joining us here for the broadcasts. And Ethan already, the Cyclones doing such a good job of transitions where they're really taking advantage so far.
Yeah, well, all of the steals and turnovers that were happening in the JV game for the Cyclones have now kind of flipped the script, and Rushville's doing their fair share of turnovers, and West Prairie's getting their share of steals, which leads to easy layups on the other end.
Crozier with the inbounds, wheels it out from the far baseline. Up to Beckerman. He'll bounce and have Geltmacher swatted away. Geltmacher dribbling down, cross courts it. Nice look over to Friday. Couple of dribbles out to Weaver. Weaver to Bailey Sullivan. He'll toe up three. Won't go. Weaver there for the board. Puts it up. Puts it in.
Nice job by Reagan Weaver getting the offensive rebound there.
And that has really opened things up here as Rushville-Industry down 18-2. Cyclones dominant so far with 1:40 left in his first quarter of play. Crozier holds on here, waits for Beckerman, looked at Spencer, couldn't get him. And into Clark. Clark over for Danner, and that one pounded by Geltmacher.
Goodness.
That is a major swattage as Sullivan has it up the court. Tried the dipsy do, didn't do. Got his own rebound though and gets fouled.
What a block by Matthew Geltmacher. My goodness.
That was very impressive there. Foul called on Rushville-Industries at Spencer, his second. Free throw on the way. It is no good. Substitution. Shirey will check back in for West Prairie. Weaver will go out. Sullivan. Couple of dribbles. Free throw on the way. No good. And out of it comes Rushville-Industry, and as they're trying to bring it up the court. Sorry, I had to giggle. Rushville coach Kyle Watson took his mask off and slammed it on the floor. As they went to bring it up, they just basically threw it away. That is like the fifth turnover in this first quarter. Cyclones get it back. They bring it in to Friday. Yes! And it counts. We'll see who that one's on. It is on Spencer. That is his third. And the fourth on the team in this first quarter. Briar Friday up at the free throw line. Free throw is good. Ring it up and add another 21-2 lead here for West Prairie. And we got a foul whistled on Braxton Dunn. That is his second.
Foul's pretty even here. West Prairie actually with one more, 5-4 on the fouls.
Danner brings it into Clark, up to Bickerman. Bickerman just holding it. Got to do something with it as he gets out of there with it. Now setting up that high 1-4 that they ran. Bickerman having trouble finding somebody to help him. Wanted Clark to set a pick. Now it does. Bickerman drives in, lays it off glass and good. Continuing the good showing from the JV game. 21-4 lead for West Prairie. Sullivan dribbles. Comes back out to Shirey. He'll drive in, put it up, put it in, and good. Luke Shirey was 6 in the ball game. And now a steal and inbound. Briar Friday. Yes! And it counts! Clark picks up the personal. And Briar Friday at 2.
Well, what a heads-up play there by Briar Friday. Knew only one guy was back to receive the inbounds pass, so he just jumped that passing lane, stole that pass, and finished with the and one layup.
6 for him in this first quarter. It is 26-4 West Prairie. They bring it into Clark. Clark were Rushville-Industry to Crozier. He'll dribble, and he'll be fouled. And we'll see. And that is on Sullivan, Bailey Sullivan. His first, the 6th on the team. Danner ready triggered in. Box offensive set. Waits. Into Bickerman. Couple of dribbles in the corner. He's trying to get Spencer. Can't. Comes to Clark at the free throw line. Shot is good. Clark puts it up and down. Makes it 26-6 as Laughlin into the ball game. Dribbles down, and we've got an offensive foul. As you got to stay under control as Laughlin plowed into Spencer. And that's pretty gutsy for a guy with 3 personal fouls to take that charge.
Yeah, West Prairie here, that was an offensive foul, so Rushville's not going to shoot bonus free throws, but they are already at 7 fouls. So
Spencer drives in, misses it. Friday out of there with it. Up to Laughlin. Laughlin triggers a 3 at the buzzer, no good. And at the end of one quarter play, it is 26-6 in favor of the Cyclones of West Prairie right here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
During this COVID pandemic, it is important you take care of your health, especially your heart health. Do not ignore the signs of a heart attack or stroke. If you have health concerns, schedule an appointment with your provider, and always, in case of an emergency, call 911. This message brought to you by McDonough District Hospital and Blessing Health System. See for yourself why Blessing Health System is the leader in cardiology and pulmonology services. Appointments available inside MDH. Learn more at blessinghealth.org or mdh.org.
Well, we were camping, and then I got a phone call from my neighbor and said that we got hit by a storm. He said, you better come home because there's no roof. He said, I look up and see the sky. He didn't know what you were going to do, where you're going to go, but Country Financial took care of us.
We anticipate something that we hope never happens, but when it happens, we are there to make good on our promise.
And we're back here for the second quarter of play. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, 26-6. The lead for West Prairie as they start the second quarter of the ball. It is Weaver, Dunn, Shirey, Friday, and Sullivan. Sullivan with it. Far wing, couple of dribbles, gives to Friday. He'll wait, come over to Shirey, down to Weaver. As they wheel around a little bit in the lane. Weaver, a long bounce pass. And the steal, driving in the lane, putting it up and putting it in is James. And Rushville-Industry cuts it down to 26-8. Briar Friday, nice fake there, drives in, he'll shoot shot and be up at the free throw line.
And I didn't really realize until you just said the score, 26-8. West Prairie scored 26 points in one quarter.
That's pretty good business if you're in a high school ball game. Briar Friday, free throw is on the way. Got it. Perfect. 3 of 3 from the free throw line. He's got 7. Ready, the second one?
Just doing some quick math in my head. If West Prairie stays on this pace, they're going to score 104 here tonight.
And Seaver got to come up with it. Rushville-Industry. He'll drive lane, throw it right past Logsdon and out of bounds. Somehow, someone, the sound effect, the wah, wah, wah. Well, 27-8. West Prairie, 7:20, clock rolling, second quarter, play done to Weaver. Works on the near side of the three-point line to Friday. Swings it to Dunn. Dunn looking for an angle in the lane, has it poked away. Weaver regathers. Poked away again, and Logsdon's going to come up with it. He drives up, comes on the outside. James 3 on the way. It is no good. Rebound bounce. Weaver will scoop it up. And back with it comes the Cyclones to Sullivan in the lane. He'll spin, shoot, shot, no good. Winging the ball up the floor is Prather. Now to Logsdon, down for James in the lane. Lost a handle on it. Turnover on Rushville-Industry. That is their 6th. And Bailey Sullivan will bring it up for West Prairie. 27-8 they lead it. Braxton Dunn holds near side of the three-point line, chased by Seaver. Gives to Weaver. Bounces for Friday. Friday over to Dunn. Dunn spins away from Weaver, comes baseline, puts up a 17-footer, no good. Rebound rockets down with it, and off they will come. Quickly in the lane for Prather. He'll put it up and left it a little shy. Cyclones with the rebound. Dunn holds it out top now to Weaver. Weaver bouncing the lane. Nice cut by Shirey. Goes up and Logsdon give it the bump. You can count it. And Rushville-Industry going to talk it over. The foul. They whistled on Logsdon. And that will be his first, and that'll be 7th on the team, and is a full timeout. Going to thank some more of our fine sponsors here tonight, including Farmers and Merchants State Bank of Bushnell for over 100 years. Farmers and Merchants State Bank of Bushnell has been servicing the local community's needs for a personal and business bank, as well as home and agriculture lending in its trust department. Stop by the main branch at 484 East Main Street in Bushnell, or their drive-up facility on Cole Street. To learn more, F&M is member FDIC and an equal housing lender. This West Prairie game stream is made possible by McDonough Telephone's Fiber Internet. McDonough Telephone offers lightning-fast and reliable fiber internet, video, phone, and camera systems to the McDonough County area. Call 309-776-3211 to check availability. And again, some of the fine sponsors that we use here. And thank you to all of you. I know they're busily trying to expand.
Well, I just checked the YouTube comments. We've got a family tuning in from Texas tonight.
I can't help myself. I got to say howdy to everybody in Texas. I mean, you have to. That's one of those requirements here. Luke Shirey up at the free throw line. He's got 8 points in the ball game. He'll try to add another. And glad we'd love to hear from where you are listening at. No matter where you are, free throw is good. And it makes it a 30-8 West Prairie lead. Seaver quickly up with it. Has his pass picked away. And back with it comes Friday. Drives the lane, puts it up, and puts it in. It is quickly upgraded to full ouch in this quarter, or in this first half. 32-8 lead. Prather with it. He'll put up a 15-footer hard off the back of the rim. No good. Sullivan scoops it out of there. And he'll come the other way to Braxton Dunn. Drives in the lane, goes up, shot no good off glass. And Rushville-Industry out with the rebound. Seaver quickly up to Logsdon. Wanted Prather, said no. Fakes. Now comes to Seaver on a back cut, and he traveled.
You know, I was wondering why Seaver looked so familiar, and I think he's been playing varsity since he was a freshman in high school, because that's when I was playing, and I recognize him from back when I was playing in high school.
One of those sixth-year seniors?
Yeah, something like that.
32-8, lead for West Prairie, 5:10, mark of the second quarter. Sullivan loses it, and out of there with it comes Schultz. He'll put it up and be fouled. And that will be on Sullivan. That'll be his second, the 8th on the team, and up to the free throw line will step Schultz. As he sets the first one, misses it. And ready for the second one. On the way, it is good. He's 1 of 2 from the free throw line and makes it 32-9. Cyclones leading here as Braxton Dunn dribbles. Holds it out to Geltmacher. Prairie, they're able to take it away. Now it races everybody, drives in, and goodness. I'm going to tell you, that young man, that is a man-sized play. Just went through Matt Geltmacher, got the basket and the foul. And Coach Braden Duncan trying to say that he initiated that. And we've got a rebound foul. As going up to it'll be the third foul, the second foul on, be the third foul on James. And up to the free throw line, we'll step West Prairie. It should be, there's a Geltmacher will be up to the free throw line. That was him. As Geltmacher, free throw is no good. Geltmacher steps up. I think he may have gotten hit on the hand the way he shot that free throw. 32-11. Lead for, and now they're discussing
who the foul was on the layup. It was on Matthew Geltmacher, but they're saying it's on Reagan Weaver.
Yeah, who should have been shooting the free throws. Seaver.
And if the refs decided that the foul was on Weaver, then he should be shooting free throws.
Rushville-Industry working. Prather lobs that one.
Nice play by Xavier Hilton in the stands catching that pass.
And I tell you what, that one, I thought he was going to throw it through the wall. 9th turnover in the game on Rushville-Industry. 32-11 lead for West Prairie. 4.5 left to go here in the second quarter. Dunn dribbling it out there. Wants to come down. Comes out to Shirey. Down for Briar Friday. Bounces in the corner to Weaver. Weaver looking. Drives. Kick out for Friday. He'll toe up the three. No good. And the rebound bounces to Rushville-Industry. They'll bring it up the court, and a steal by Weaver as James thought he had something, turned it over. And back will come West Prairie, and Seaver will give the personal foul.
Another line change here for the Rockets.
Not always a strategy I agree with, and as a broadcaster, it's interesting, to say the least, but to understand why coaches do that a little bit. Braxton Dunn will shoot at the free throw line. It is 1-1. And now subs are coming in. Yep. The official's a little confused here. He was drinking an energy drink before the game. It shouldn't be an energy problem. Reagan Weaver with a nice offensive rebound. Dunn drives in, dumps it down to Friday, who puts it up and puts it in.
What a nice heads-up play from Dunn. Once again, recognized the double team on him. Thought somebody's got to be open, and he finds Friday down there wide open.
And we've got a rebound push foul. That's the Rushville-Industry shot. Sullivan is going to be Crozier with the personal foul. That is the double bonus now.
Both teams getting into the double bonus here.
And we're going to step aside here. The, I guess, media timeout here. 34-11 lead for West Prairie. 3:45 left to go in the first half. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
As we work together to stop the spread of COVID-19, McDonough District Hospital wants you to know that your health and safety are our #1 priority.
Our primary care providers are here to take care of you and your family's total well-being. Telehealth capabilities and the MDH Convenience Clinic all provide ease of access to our wide range of services.
All of this because we are committed to providing you quality and compassionate care that you have come to trust from us.
McDonough District Hospital, more than hospital care, a hospital caring.
Get dinner to the table quickly, no matter how busy your day's been. True convection cooking uses a fan to distribute hot air evenly and cook food faster. So dinner is ready when they are. True convection cooking, brought to you by Whirlpool.
We are back here at Scioto, 34-11, the lead for West Prairie. 3:45 left to go in this first half of play. And over 20 fouls called in this first half of play, kind of continuing where we were in the JV game.
Yeah, going to be another long game here for the varsity if the fouls keep going like this. Going to be a lot of free throws with no time running off the clock, and a lot of stopping the clock with a lot of free throws.
Bailey Sullivan up to the free throw line. He will shoot 2. Free throw is good. Sullivan gets the first, his first point on the evening. He'll set himself up at the free throw line, ready for the second one. It is good. Now 36-11, 3:40 left to go first half. Beckerman in the game now, joined by Spencer, also Clark, Crozier, and Danner. Beckerman out top with it. Friday jumping at it. Drives toward the far side, picked up his dribble. Got to be close to 5 seconds. They bring it into Clark in the lane. Tried to dump down to Crozier, stolen away. Out of there with it came Weaver. Rushville-Industry's 11th turnover. Back comes Dunn. Shot no good. Sullivan the rebound. Hill put it up and put it in. Bailey Sullivan with his 4th point, and we've got another timeout by Rushville-Industry. 38-11 West Prairie. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
As we work together to stop the spread of COVID-19, McDonough District Hospital wants you to know that your health and safety are our #1 priority.
Our primary care providers are here to take care of you and your family's total well-being. Telehealth capabilities and the MDH Convenience Clinic all provide ease of access to our wide range of services.
All of this because we are committed to providing you quality and compassionate care that you have come to trust from us.
McDonough District Hospital, more than hospital care, a hospital caring.
Back here at Scioto, 3:13 left to go in this second quarter of play. McDonough District Hospital athletic trainers, the MDH Rehabilitation Center with locations in Bushnell and Macomb, provide expert help to Cyclone student athletes in the prevention, care, and rehabilitation of all athletic injuries. Learn more at mdh.org. McDonough District Hospital, more than hospital care, a hospital caring.
I'd like to point out a nice job from the seniors here, Briar Friday and Reagan Weaver. Seeing both of them getting a lot of hustle plays, some steals, diving on the ground, getting rebounds, the kind of thing that doesn't show up on the scoreboard, but definitely impacts the game.
As Danner looks to come to the far side, goes to Beckerman. Beckerman wanted Spencer, finds Clark instead. Beckerman toes 3, it's good. Drops it home. His fifth point of this first half as the Cyclones go back to work as they work it out to Shirey. Shirey looking at Weaver, finds Dunn on a back cut. They'll drive in, and we've got an offensive foul. And Spencer once again, and Ethan, you got to get, took the, I don't know, it's got the nice acting job. I mean, I think that will earn a Golden Globe, but that's a big risk with it being his already having 3 fouls in the game.
Yeah, Braxton Dunn, a key piece of the West Prairie offense as well as defense, so if he fouls out of the game, they might be in trouble.
That's his third foul, 38-14 lead for the Cyclones. They bring it into Spencer. Spencer fakes, shoots, shot, and got it. Timeout called by West Prairie. 2:25 left to go here in the first half of play. 38-16 lead for the Cyclones. That was Spencer's first 2 of the evening. He's drawn 2 charges here this evening. The Community News Brief is a free publication distributed over 68 locations in Bushnell, Macomb, Colchester Industry, Adair, and more towns throughout the area. Provides local news to McDonough County and parts of Fulton County every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. To submit a press release or get advertising information for the locally owned publication, contact Lynn at 309-333-8245 or email communitybrief@gmail.com. Denver Mitchell entering the ball game for West Prairie now, as Coach Braden Duncan going deep into his bench. Sullivan wanted to come to the near side. Goes out to Weaver. Weaver to Mitchell. And he'll give it over for Friday. Friday wheeling around out top. Finds Weaver. Weaver holds. Out to Sullivan. Sullivan pops the 3. It is good.
Wow. The release time on that 3.
41-16, a long 3 by Bailey Sullivan. Minute 50 left to go, first half. Beckerman holds and waits. Bounces for Spencer. Spencer far side of the free throw lane, drives on Sullivan, goes in and traveled with it. They say he's going to travel. Another turnover, Rushville-Industry. That is their 12th turnover this first half. And now Sullivan will walk it up. Looking for Mitchell, gives it to him out on the far side. Watches Weaver go through to Sullivan. Coach Braden Duncan didn't see exactly one, so says set it up. Sullivan for Shirey. Shirey up for Friday. Friday back to Sullivan. In the lane for Weaver. Weaver, nice job inside. The spin gets it. 43-16. Right back comes Danner to Crozier as Rushville-Industry goes to work. Bickerman calling out the UCLA. Friday with a near steal. Tries it. Bickerman going to drive right back the other way. Misses it. Sullivan able to gather in the rebound. And back will come the Cyclones. Under a minute we go here as the Cyclones lead big in this one. Mitchell to Weaver. Weaver waits. Brings it to Shirey. Down in the lane to Friday. Hook shot no good. And up high with the rebound is Spencer. And they quickly bring it up to Crozier. Pace is picked up a little bit here as Beckerman works down to Spencer, and Sullivan going to reach over the top. Give the personal foul. That is his third.
Going to have to bring in some sophomores here to play for the players with foul trouble.
And Laughlin checks in. And technical foul whistled on Bailey Sullivan. And so 2 free throws up. Up to the free throw line steps Spencer. Free throw is good. Yeah, he's 3 of 3 from the line. Second one is good. And Coach Braden Duncan not happy at all because that may be kind of a boost that Rushville-Industry needs. And now he'll step up to shoot 2. Perfect 4 of 4 from the line is Spencer. Free throw is good. Raise the second one. It is no good. 5 of 6 from the free throw line. 7 for Spencer in the game, and that was a big boost. Those 3 points cuts West Prairie's lead down to 24.
Yeah, that's the 3rd technical foul called, I think, here so far by the same referee.
And Bickerman drives in the lane. He'll put it up, can't get it to go. Rebound pulled out of there by Shirey. As the Cyclones will work it here. Shirey dribbles, gives to Mitchell. Mitchell waits, holds above his head, fakes to Laughlin now. Laughlin spins, bounce out to Shirey. Gets away from a couple defenders, drives in, missed the shot, and Spencer talked him into that. Then Laughlin nearly stole it. It'll stay over with Rushville-Industry, but Spencer coming underneath trying to draw that charge really kind of talked Shirey out of what was an open layup.
Yeah, he had to take second thoughts on that one. Let's see what they do here with 7 seconds.
7 seconds left here. Danner down on the floor. That is a travel. And the 13th turnover on Rushville-Industry.
Now, if I'm West Prairie here, I would say don't bother taking the shot, but I guess it can't hurt.
See what you can get and go from there. Shirey going to get it across half court. Readies, puts up the shot. No good. And that's going to send us to halftime. 43-19, a 24-point lead for the Cyclones. We're going to step aside for a moment. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation does more than just tape ankles.
They get us back on the court.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation
helps me reach peak performance.
In the weight room. Prepares me for competition.
My MDH physical therapists and the fitness programs MDH offers help me on my road to recovery and improve my quality of life.
Come see why MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation was voted best of the best in McDonough County.
Well, we were camping, and then I got a phone call from my neighbor and said that we got hit by a storm. He said, you better come home because there's no roof. He said, I look up and see the sky. He didn't know what you were going to do, where you're going to go, but Country Financial took care of us.
We anticipate something that we hope never happens, but when it happens, we are there to make good on our promise.
During this COVID pandemic, it is important you take care of your health, especially your heart health. Do not ignore the signs of a heart attack or stroke. If you have health concerns, schedule an appointment with your provider, and always, in case of an emergency, call 911. This message brought to you by McDonough District Hospital and Blessing Health System. See for yourself why Blessing Health System is the leader in cardiology and pulmonology services. Appointments available inside MDH. Learn more at blessinghealth.org or mdh.org.
You see fires on TV all the time. You don't understand what the families are really going through until you've lived it. The day before the fire, life was good. We went to bed, we woke up, and we had nothing. If it was not for Country Financial, we would still have nothing.
As we work together to stop the spread of COVID-19, McDonough District Hospital wants you to know that your health and safety are our #1 priority.
Our primary care providers are here to take care of you and your family's total well-being. Telehealth capabilities and the MDH Convenience Clinic all provide ease of access to our wide range of services.
All of this because we are committed to providing you quality and compassionate care that you have come to trust from us.
McDonough District Hospital, more than hospital care, a hospital caring.
Get dinner to the table quickly, no matter how busy your day's been. True convection cooking uses a fan to distribute hot air evenly and cook food faster. So dinner is ready when they are. True convection cooking, brought to you by Whirlpool.
McDonough District Hospital's Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center was built for one goal: to strengthen women's health services in the region's premier facility. Our dedicated staff, past and present, delivered generations of MDH babies, and now in the new Women's Center, our staff is ready to deliver the next generation and beyond. Come visit the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center and see for yourself the MDH difference.
We are back here on TSSR Game Time Live, and I guess I've been giving credit to Braden where Greg Duncan, and I know that's One of those same broadcaster fog, I think, gets in. I think we've had so many fouls that may be in that kind of a.
Well, I was in the junior high game the other night. I was calling Drew Connor, because his older brother's name is Connor Watson, and I know him, so I was calling him Drew Connor. And then also Braden Holthouse, I was calling Leighton Holthouse, because I grew up with Leighton Holthouse, so I kept getting the name wrong there too. So,
see, that's what happens when you do this for a long time. The memory and that goes, but I apologize to Coach Greg Duncan. I do know his name, and I mean, you would think I would know his name.
The worst one I've ever been involved with was one time my mom called me the dog's name when she was, you sometimes get called your brother's name or whatever, but she called me Bailey, the name of our old dog, one time.
I have never been there. My mother's called me a lot of names, but that one's not one of them. For the Cyclones, leading the way, 9 in the game for Luke Shirey. He is 1-1 from the free throw line, 11 for Briar Friday. Come off the bench, been really aggressive, had some great plays, 3 of 4 from the free throw line. 5 in the game for Braxton Dunn, 0-1 from the free throw line. 4 in the game for Andrew Sullivan. He's 2 of 2 from the free throw line. 2 also Reagan Weaver. 2 in the game and 3 for Matt Geltmacher. As a team, 9 of 16 from the free throw line in this first half of play. For the Rushville-Industry Rockets, 7 in the game for Spencer. He's 5 of 6 from the free throw line. Schultz with 1, 2 in the game for James, 2 for Clark, and 2 in the game for Prather. They are 6 of 8 from the free throw line. Rebounding wise, it has been a total change from the JV game, 14-4 advantage for West Prairie, and Rushville-Industry was 0 offensive rebounds in this varsity contest. 15 turnovers for Rushville-Industry so far, just 1 in the ball game for West Prairie. They have taken care of the ball very, very well tonight, Ethan.
Yeah, I think the script for the JV game has been completely flipped. So Rushville needs to do what the JV team should have done, which was box out and try to limit the turnovers using shot fakes. And, there's been a couple of times where just whoever's inbounding the ball has passed it with a West Prairie defender right there, and they're able to poke it away and get an easy layup. So, just keeping your head straight and focusing on what you're doing, not going through the motions, that kind of thing.
Well, and for the Cyclones, it's keeping the composure. You mentioned the third technical foul call here in the 2 games. Got to keep your composure. Oh, and you got to remember, in times like this, officials can pretty much hear everything you say. So you got to be extra careful about that and do things like that. And Cyclones able to kind of hold them off, but that gave Rushville-Industry a little bit of a burst, and you always worry about giving a team back some momentum in the contest. And so I'd expect Coach Greg Duncan to really try to push things a little bit to start this second half.
Yeah, I think they did a great job. Like I said, 26 points in the first half and or in the first quarter. I mean, they need to, if they really want to put this one away, get back to playing at that same tempo that they were back in the first quarter.
Well, and take advantage of turnovers. That's one of the big things you've got to do is take advantage of turnovers. If you're Rushville-Industry, you've got to stop giving up the turnovers. That's one of the things. West Prairie, I do not keep points of that sort. I am not that advanced on my statistics, but they've got to have a ton of fast break points tonight. They've gotten run out several times in that first half of play.
Yeah, that's got to be where the majority of the points are coming from, aside from a handful of threes here and there. But what I think West Prairie is going to have to keep in mind here in the second half is the fouls. I know there's not much you can do sometimes with the things that they call, but you have to keep your hands off on defense. Don't go jumping on a shot down in the post, because they're going to call that every time. And, after the 10-plus fouls for the Cyclones in the first half, they've got some of their key players in definite foul trouble. So
Well, and a lot of that basketball is a game of adjustments. You've got to learn to adjust, when the official blows his whistle, okay, that means I need to dial back my intensity or dial back what I'm doing just a little bit. And each official, whether they say so or not, whether they try to or not, they call things differently. They're human, just like we are, so they call things a little bit differently. Some are more sensitive, some are not. Tri-County Seeds, your local golden harvest seed advisor, located in Scioto, rooted in genetics, agronomy, and service for over 10 years. Contact Nate Todd at 309-333-3437 for all your golden harvest corn, soybean, and seed treatment needs. And there's some of the fine sponsors you hear here, along with JoJo's Gaming Parlor, offering the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights, check out TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH Events, live on the big screen. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cole Street, Bushnell, and cheer our area teams on to victory. It will be Rushville-Industry basketball to start the second quarter. On the floor for the Rockets, it is Seaver Prather, also Schultz, Logsdon, and James. James going to trigger it inbounds now, looking at Logsdon. And we'll instead just have to go to Seaver. And Seaver walking up. We'll get the West Prairie lineup for you in just a moment. Needless to say, it's actually Briar Friday in there. So done. Seaver drives in, partially blocked by Shirey. He'll scoop it up. And back will come the Cyclones. It is Luke Shirey, Braxton Dunn, Andrew Sullivan, Reagan Weaver, and also Briar Friday. It is Geltmacher that's not out there. Bounce into Sullivan. He'll fake. Nice fake spin. Shot no good. And the rebound's picked up by Rushville-Industry. Gage Logsdon at the throttle. To Prather. Over to James, rather. Now for Seaver. Seaver holds on here. 7:20. Clock rolling in this third quarter. 43-19 lead for the Cyclones. Logsdon. A fake. Out to Seaver. Wants to load into Schultz. He just can't get it. Nice job by West Prairie defensively. Prather to James, out to Logsdon. And over to Seaver. Seaver dribbling around. And just can't seem to get their offense going. Now Logsdon explodes to the hole, misses it. Rebound fought for, and Schultz had it. And that one going to be tipped off the hands of Friday.
Great defensive effort here by West Prairie, just sitting down and guarding, not letting them get anything.
And they're really not even getting into any kind of an offense. They're really struggling. Inbounds. James with it, bounces into Prather. Prather will spin, puts it up, and puts it in. His fourth point of this ball game makes it 43-21. Dunn over to Weaver. Weaver looking to drive on Prather, and he'll be fouled. And that's Ethan. We talked about that adjustments, and that one it came up and got really aggressive.
Yep.
And with this crew, that's going to be called. Weaver going to bounce it in. Looks for Sullivan. Cross courts it far side to him. He'll fake the three. Comes at Shirey. Shirey watching Dunn cut across. Couldn't go there. To Friday now. Friday. Couple of bounces, gives it over to Dunn. Dunn looking at Sullivan, had him for a second, to Weaver instead. And the Cyclones can be very patient here in the lane to Friday. He'll spin, go in the lane, put it up and in.
Nice finish there by Briar Friday, coming off that flex screen set by Reagan Weaver.
He's got 13 now, and then right back the other way, Logsdon able to put it up and in. Makes it 45-23, keeps it at a 22-point lead for West Prairie. Shirey in the lane, brings it into Friday. Friday fakes, steps back, and puts it up.
Another great post move there from Briar Friday.
It has definitely been Friday night. And on the other way, Logsdon dribbles it. Rebound picked up by Prather, but he taps it out of bounds. Yes, indeed, definitely been Friday night. Briar Friday has been sensational in this one. Braxton Dunn dribbles down to the near side. Wanted Briar Friday out top. Picks up his dribble, a nice pressure put on there. Brings it into Friday. Friday in the lane, goes up again. Got it again.
That same move, he's just shot faking, waiting for the defense to jump, and then going around him.
He's got 17. Prather with it for Rushville-Industry as it Fouled there by Andrew Sullivan. Got a little bit of the hand there. That is his third. And now I'll keep it with Rushville-Industry. First on the team here in this second half of play. And Sullivan had gone to the other.
Sullivan thought we were shooting free throws.
James bounces into Schultz. He'll put it up. Missed it. Rebound Reagan Weaver out of there with it. And back will come the Cyclones. Quickly up to Sullivan. Up and in.
Once again, West Prairie, Braxton Dunn just keeping his head up and looking down the floor for the open guy.
Logsdon a quick three out to Sullivan. Sullivan will push the action, drive on Logsdon, puts it up. Shot is good. Expanding the lead out to 53-23.
This is exactly what we were talking about, setting that tempo back to the fast-paced offense that West Prairie was running in the first quarter.
Seaver with it now. And Coach Watson was telling him to slow it down. Shot on the way by James, no good. Rebound Friday. Friday has Shirey ahead of him, 2-on-1, bounces to him, got it. Luke Shirey with his 11th point is 55-23. As Logsdon works across to James, up to Seaver. And this is one of those things, Rushville-Industry not wanting to get in that kind of up and down game. That's what this third quarter has become. Logsdon brings it out, drives, gets picked from Prairie. Seaver going to get it's to James, and a steal by Dunn. Throws it up the court. Friday going to have to chase it down on the sideline. To Shirey in the lane of Weaver. Tip pass to Dunn. Three is up. Ring it up for Braxton Dunn. What a great sequence there.
Amazing ball movement there by the Cyclones. Saw the open man up ahead and kept passing it around until they find Dunn wide open on the perimeter for three.
14 turnovers for Rushville-Industry. And we've got a foul underneath. And foul's going to be whistled on Weaver. And we've got a timeout, the mid-quarter timeout. 3.5 left to go here in the third quarter. 58-23 lead for West Prairie. This is TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH.
McDonough District Hospital's Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center was built for one goal: to strengthen women's health services in the region's premier facility. Our dedicated staff, past and present, delivered generations of MDH babies, and now in the new Women's Center, our staff is ready to deliver the next generation and beyond. Come visit the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center and see for yourself the MDH difference.
Get dinner to the table quickly, no matter how busy your day's been. True convection cooking uses a fan to distribute hot air evenly and cook food faster. So dinner is ready when they are. True convection cooking, brought to you by Whirlpool.
Midnight, so.
And we are back here as bringing you another game on TSSR Game Time Live. It'll be Rushville-Industry basketball. Line shift again. Crozier, Bickerman, Spencer, Danner, and Clark. Into Bickerman. Bickerman kind of wheel it on out of there. And I know one thing Coach Watson was saying, really wanted them to slow the pace down. Bickerman to Crozier. He'll pull up a 10-footer, no good. Rebound high in the air is Braxton Dunn to scoop it up. And then West Prairie Cyclones will bring it back. Over to Friday. Friday driving in the lane. He'll shoot, won't get it to go. Clark out of there with the board. Back comes Rushville-Industry up to Bickerman. Bickerman, nobody picked him up, but he traveled with it. He was so eager, Ethan. He was so wide open and so eager. Just forgot to take the basketball.
You know, another one of my sayings is, other than free throws win games, is no transition threes. They're the same as a turnover, and that's a perfect example of exactly why I like to say that.
Sullivan up top with it for West Prairie in the lane to Dunn. Dunn wheeling around. He'll put it up and in. Cyclones just taking over here. 10 for Braxton Dunn. Third Cyclone into double digits. Clark works for Rushville-Industry, out to Crozier. Bounces up for Danner, and they'll reset it. 2.5 left to go here, third quarter, 60-23 lead for West Prairie. And out of Crozier. Up to drop in the lane. Bickerman dropped one. Weaver gets the rebound. Back come the Cyclones. Tried to get it up to Friday. And threw it away. One of the very rare turnovers on West Prairie. Bailey Sullivan in. Sitting down will be Luke Shirey for West Prairie. 60-23 the lead here as we head toward the fourth quarter. 2 minutes left to go in this third quarter as Danner works. Wants Crozier out top. Holds. Look in the lane at Spencer. No. Gonna have to do something with it. It's a pick from Spencer. Now wheels out to Danner. Over for Bickerman. As they continue to run guys through, Spencer setting some nice screens in there. As Bickerman drives, loses it off his hand and out of bounds. Well, the offense kind of full of sound and fury, signifying nothing for Rushville-Industry in this third quarter. As Weaver with it, dribbles.
Yeah, West Prairie not had to run a lot of half-court offense, and there we go, another great shot by Andrew Sullivan down in the post.
He's got 10, fourth Cyclone into double digits. Bickerman with it for Rushville-Industry, drives baseline. Up top for Danner, 62-23 West Prairie, minute 15, clock rolling, third quarter. As they'll come down to Crozier, he'll shoot shot high, arcing three is good. And able to put it in, cuts it down to 62-26. Braxton Dunn working it for the Cyclones over to Friday. Wagon Weaver underneath the Sullivan. Nice pass and a reverse. Sullivan up and in, he's got 12. 64-26, under a minute we go. 48 seconds left here, third quarter. Danner working out top. Holds. And brings it to Bickerman. Looks at Spencer. Nope. Passes to Crozier. Crozier dribbling here. Probably going to work it for one. Usually they shoot when they say that. But nope, Bickerman doesn't. They bring it out, and they'll work it around. Pick from Spencer. Trying to wheel it to him. He has his pocket picked. Friday with it out to Andrew Sullivan. 18 seconds left. They wheel it. Nice pass to Braxton Dunn. The seeing eye pass brings it in. 10 seconds left. 66-26 Cyclones. As Danner brings it down. Holds and waits. Drives now. Lost it again. And Friday sits on it. That's the end of the third quarter. 66-26. Cyclones lead at the end of three. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
During this COVID pandemic, it is important you take care of your health, especially your heart health. Do not ignore the signs of a heart attack or stroke. If you have health concerns, schedule an appointment with your provider, and always, in case of an emergency, call 911. This message brought to you by McDonough District Hospital and Blessing Health System. See for yourself why Blessing Health System is the leader in cardiology and pulmonology services. Appointments available inside MDH. Learn more at blessinghealth.org or mdh.org.
Back here at Scioto as we continue along here. Heil Enterprises and Heil Trucking can make your product down the road, near or far. It also offers top-notch heavy-duty truck and trailer repair. Second-generation business continues to grow and continues to support local athletics. Stop by and see Danny or Travis on Route 41 south of Prairie City, or call them at 309-775-3333. It will be running clock for this fourth quarter with the 40-point lead here for the Cyclones. Weaver, Shirey, Friday, Sullivan, and Sullivan in here. That sounds like a law firm. Up to Weaver. Back to Andrew Sullivan underneath for Bailey Sullivan. He'll go up. Yes! And it counts.
What a great cut there from Bailey Sullivan.
Foul is going to be whistled on Seaver. Back in for Rushville-Industry, his second. Sullivan will be up at the free throw line. He's got 9, trying to be the fifth Cyclone in the double digits, and is. 7:20 left to go in the game. Seaver bringing it up quick to Logston. Looking at Schultz. Nope. Couple of bounces for Prather. Prather at the free throw line. Dribbles in, spins on Friday, puts up the hook, and good. Nice drive there by Prather. He's got 6. Makes it 69-28. They roll down to 7 minutes left in the game. They find Shirey in the lane. He'll put it up. Get it. Yes! And again. Prather with the personal. Shirey with 13. And we'll try to finish the extra one. It is good. 72-28 lead for West Prairie as Seaver works it up here. Rushville-Industry looking for James. Nope, they throw it away. 19th turnover. Seaver almost got it back. Friday dribbling out of there with it. A little out of control. Gets to Sullivan. Sullivan holds, fakes, drives down the lane, and travel. That's what happens when things get a little bit, I guess, kind of wild there. Wholesale substitutions. It is Laughlin, Barkley, Mitchell, and Powell on the floor for West Prairie.
Looks very similar to the starting lineup of the JV game.
Indeed it does. Spencer on the floor for Rushville-Industry. Seaver dribbles it out top. Tried to get him, and that one going to be called. I thought that would be a kick. There's Laughlin. Got his foot on it. The defensive stop. Brings it back to Rushville-Industry. They look in the lane. Nope, nope, nope. Now into Prather. Prather holds, fires it to Seaver. Seaver down the lane, missed the lay-in. Rebound Schultz. He puts it up. Can't get it to go. Fight for it, and Spencer's got it. To James. He nearly throws it away. Seaver picks it up. Out for James. Coach Watson saying, "What are we running?" James to Spencer. Spencer over to Seaver. Seaver, a couple of bounces. Gives to Prather. Prather shoots shot. Won't get it off glass. Got his own rebound. Put it up. Can't get it to go. Tipped and Laughlin out of there with it. He'll take all of the court out, running everybody. Lays it in and good. Jensen Laughlin, his first 2 makes it 74-28.
I was just talking with my brother today about Jensen Laughlin. He used to live in Kansas City before he moved down here, and he was a soccer player, so he's used to all that running. And
as Prather dumps one in, he's got 8. And we're going to go ahead and take the ever-dreaded media timeout. 74-30 lead for West Prairie. You're listening to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Well, we were camping, and then I got a phone call from my neighbor and said that we got hit by a storm. He said, "You better come home because there's no roof." He said, "I look up and see the sky." He didn't know what you were going to do, where you're going to go, you know, but Country Financial took care of us.
We anticipate something that we hope never happens, but when it happens, we are there to make good on our promise.
Get dinner to the table quickly, no matter how busy your day's been. True convection cooking uses a fan to distribute hot air evenly and cook food faster. So dinner is ready when they are. True Convection Cooking, brought to you by Whirlpool.
Back here, 4.5 minutes left to go in the ball game. 74-30 lead for West Prairie.
44-point lead here.
Very impressive. This offense has done a lot of, the cuts have been impressive. As Sullivan will bring it in here for West Prairie. Mitchell will dribble. Now, as we get the clock underway, Spencer picks his pocket, dribbles it in, and puts it up and in. Spencer able to put home the 2-pointer, makes it 74-32. 4:15, clock rolling in this fourth quarter as Laughlin works it. Powell was going to come to him, goes to Barkley. Barkley holds and waits for Powell on the far side, looking underneath at Sullivan. He spins, shoots fade away, no good. Rebound scooped up by Rushville-Industry, and off they run. Over to Spencer now. Spencer pulls up. He'll shoot the near side three. No good. Rebound. Nice job picking that up underneath and putting it up and in. Was Sipes, I believe, for Rushville-Industry. As Powell works, 3.5 and counting here, 74-34. They work it to Mitchell. He fakes, looks to dribble. Comes out to Powell. Powell had to gather it in, and then back to Mitchell. Mitchell in the lane, dumps for Barkley. Barkley shoots, shot short. Rebound Spencer, and Barkley going to give the personal.
It's tough to say. Shoots the shot short.
Yep. Well, thankfully, it didn't come out of something else. Spencer bounces for Sipes. Holds, gives to Spencer. He'll toe up another three. This one's also short. And a collision. 3-car pileup equals a foul on Rushville-Industry. As Spencer with his fourth now. 2:40 left to go in the ball game. Denver Mitchell walks it up here. You can bet they'll be a little bit patient. Mitchell to the near side. Over for Bailey Sullivan. He'll bounce for Barkley. Watch a couple guys go through. Mitchell going to pump up the three and drops it. Well, so much for patience.
I think Mitchell there was just eager to get some varsity points in the scorebook.
Could be. 2:15 left to go in the game. Spencer dribbling it out top now. Watching guys back and forth. Comes to Moon. He'll dribble in, put it off the glass. No good. Sullivan takes home the rebound. West Prairie works it. Laughlin working out top. Nearly had it picked. Gives to Barkley. Gives to Mitchell. A couple fakes. Looked at the step back. Said no. Now works it out to Sullivan. They work under 2 minutes. Minute 50. And counting here. Powell holds it. 77-34 lead for West Prairie. Bailey Sullivan in the near corner. Whips it to Laughlin, who almost lost it. Then back to Sullivan. He'll dribble up. Lay it up and in. 12 in the game for Bailey Sullivan, 79-34, minute and a half and counting. And a near steal, and now a steal by Laughlin, chased by Spencer. Puts it up and rolls it home. Laughlin finally got it to scoot over the rim. He's got 4. As Rushville-Industry back to work here, minute 10 and counting. Moon holds and looks, fires it back for Spencer. Gives a look. Now works it on the near side. They try to set some kind of offense. Moon holds. I believe that is Bartlett out there with them as well. As their numbers did not cross over from the JV roster. Moon to Bartlett. Waits. Tried to get it into Spencer. Has it kicked. Now he'll hold it. 40 seconds and counting here. 81-34. West Prairie big in this one. Spencer just holds it out there. They may be going to let the air out. Nope. I always say that, and then they do that. They drive in and shoot the shot. Sullivan pulls it out, and I think they're just going to hold it out here and let it work for the final 20 seconds of the ball game as the Cyclones work it out here. Big win for them tonight, Ethan.
Yeah, this is the most points I've ever seen a West Prairie team score, I think, besides maybe back in the day with Jamie Cousins and Dustin Logan. What was that? Probably 6-7 years ago now.
Could be something like that. 81-34 is our final score. We are going to step aside and pay the bills a little bit. We'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation does more than just tape ankles.
They get us back on the court.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation
helps me reach peak performance.
In the weight room. Prepares me for competition.
My MDH physical therapists and the fitness programs MDH offers help me on my road to recovery and improve my quality of life.
Come see why MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation was voted best of the best in McDonough County.
Well, we were camping, and then I got a phone call from my neighbor and said that we got hit by a storm. He said, you better come home because there's no roof. He said, I look up and see the sky. You didn't know what you were going to do, where you're going to go, but Country Financial took care of us.
We anticipate something that we hope never happens, but when it happens, we are there to make good on our promise.
Get dinner to the table quickly, no matter how busy your day's been. True convection cooking uses a fan to distribute hot air evenly and cook food faster. So dinner is ready when they are. True Convection Cooking, brought to you by Whirlpool.
Bushnell Banking Center, a branch of Raritan State Bank, located at 360 North Green Street in Bushnell, offers full-service banking and loan services. For all your banking needs, come visit the bank of friendly service and call them at 309-772-2345. They wish the Cyclones good luck. Bushnell Banking Center, equal housing lender and member FDIC. Square Music Company offers instruments, gear, lessons, service, and more. Located at 122 Northside Square in Macomb. Call the Macomb store at 309-431-5484. You can also visit the Quincy location at 725 North Hampshire Street. You can also find them online at squaremusic.com. Looking at the stats here for the Cyclones, a lot of guys in double digits. 12 for Braxton Dunn. 14 for Luke Shirey, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 4 for Jensen Laughlin, 3 for Denver Mitchell, 12 for Bailey Sullivan, 3 of 5 from the line, 17 for Briar Friday. He was 3 of 4 from the line. Andrew Sullivan with 12. He was 2 of 2 from the line. Reagan Weaver with 2, and Matt Geltmacher with 3. He was 1 of 4 from the line as a team, 11 of 18 from the free throw line tonight. For the Rockets, led in scoring with 9 from Spencer. He's 5-6 from the free throw line. 8 for Prather, also chipping in. 3 for Crozier. 5 for Bickerman. 1 for Schultz. 2 for Logston, and 2 for James. Clark also contributing a 2 as well. They were 6 of 8 from the free throw line. Rebounding wise, a 19-10 advantage for West Prairie. Mr. Ethan Hunt's going to have Coach Greg Duncan.
Yep, we're going to get an interview, post-game interview here with Coach Duncan. Coach, this is the most points I think I've ever seen a West Prairie team score. You guys really pushed the tempo in the first quarter and coming out of halftime. What was your message to the team here about the pace of the game?
Well, we knew we could get up and down the floor against them and push the basketball. And we got off to a real good start pushing the tempo. And we're able to get some easy looks, and when you get up 15-0 and things start flowing, that confidence level shoots through the roof.
That's exactly right. And we were joking a little bit earlier about how we should call tonight definitely a Friday night, Briar Friday. 17 points tonight, and quite a few steals, a lot of hustle plays, diving on the floor, rebounds. Can you just talk a little bit about Briar and what he means to this team?
Yeah, Briar's the glue guy, in my opinion. He hustles day in, day out in practice, and really sets the tone of our practices. And tonight he was able to get his points and, like you said, get 17 points, some steals, some and ones. He brought the energy right from the get-go when he comes off the bench, and not knowing what's going on with Matt's wrist, he might be the way to go the rest of the way if we don't know what's going on there. But Briar works hard every day, and it's good to see him, get that props and play a really good game tonight.
Yeah. Speaking of Matt Geltmacher, I hope and wish him a swift recovery on whatever is going on with his wrist. You've got a short little stretch of games here in the next 3 days, I think. 3 games left in the schedule. Obviously, no postseason. So I'd just like to wish you luck on the last 3 games here of the season. And, as you're looking back on the season as a whole, what sticks out to you, and what are you looking forward to in these last 3?
Well, I like the way that our guys have really started to gel. We struggled early on in the season, in my opinion, kind of figuring things out. And, down the stretch since the United game, we played United to a tough 12-point loss here. But since then, we really played well, with the exception of that second half at Lewiston where we kind of lost our focus and didn't stay focused and stay the course of what we do. And, tonight was one of those nights where we stayed the course and we did what we do well, and it showed. All
right, well, thanks for joining us, Coach. It's always awesome to talk to you. You're one of the many people in my life who I look up to, and it's awesome to see you get this win here tonight in Scioto.
Well, thanks, Ethan. I appreciate you doing this, and Mr. Phelps as well. You guys do an awesome job, and you know, in this pandemic type of year, you know, we bring a different product to our fans, and I know my parents are probably watching at home and wish they could be here, but you know, so they at least get to see this, and we thank you guys for what you do.
Yeah, also, I don't know if you knew this or not, but a lot of the JV parents, we mentioned it earlier, a lot of the JV parents gave up their tickets to family members and friends of the varsity players here tonight so they could give them a chance to see them in person here with the limited attendance.
Well, that's awesome. I appreciate those JV parents doing that. I know it means a lot to those senior parents, you know, getting the chance to watch their kid. I know they would have liked to watch them 30 times this year, but, you know, at least getting to see them at least 12 or, you know, 5 or 6 times playing at home. I really do appreciate that, and that's the kind of the family values we try to teach here at West Prairie.
Yeah, well, thanks, Coach. We'll let you go here now. 81-34 final score here in Scioto tonight. We're going to wrap it up. Thank you for joining us on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.